Hey, what's poppin', YouTube fam? It's your boy back at it again with another video. Look, listen, got another reaction, man. I love reacting to Kendra G's show or whatever dating show, whatever you want to call it. Um, just the delusion alone is entertaining for me. Um, but anyway, let's get into the content, man. Let's cut the small talk. You dig?
I was here before, and I was so irritated because I'm Rachel. I was on before. I got 5 baby daddies, and they let me have it on here.
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
And I was so irritated. I did not like about this interview. So many podcasters took clips of my interview and said I was desperate for a man because I have 5 baby daddies. And they just took it and got views when they took a false narrative because I've never been desperate for nothing in my life. So,
Dayton, Ohio, Aquarius 43, bartender. Bartender, do you have any kids?
yes, I have 5 sons.
Really? Five sons. How old are your sons?
They are 29, 26, 21, 16, and 10 at home. The two are at home.
All by the same man?
No, all different fathers.
You have five men.
Yep.
Have you ever been married?
Nope. I was engaged twice, but never married.
Why didn't you settle down with any of the 5 men you have kids by?
Well, the last one I did a 5-year engagement and I backed out. I just don't want to get divorced, and I felt like it wasn't going to work after a while. And I also, unpopular opinion, feel like once you have a kid, it take away from the thrill of wanting to get married for me. So it's like,
Wait, what? What kind of logic is that? So you have a kid with somebody and it takes away the thrill of wanting to get married. Well, one, why don't you get married before you have the kid? But why wouldn't you want to marry the person that you have a kid with? See, this be that delusion that I be talking about. And Kendra don't always correct these people, but this be the delusion I be talking about.
I had the first kid they ever had. So I'm like everybody's first baby mom or whatever. So it's like they really wanted a kid and I didn't really want kids, and that happened.
Now y'all remember her saying that other podcasters or creators or whatever ran with this false narrative about whatever she was talking about. Now she just said all these men's really wanted kids and she didn't really want kids, but she still had kids. I mean, there's no false narrative here. Like, you are that narrative. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
And then I realized I don't want to get married now because now I'm a mom again. I don't know. It's just weird. That's just how I felt about it. And I kind of backed out.
So I guess if she sees this video here, she's going to say I'm running with some type of false narrative. But because she's a mom and she's already had a kid, she doesn't really want to get married. That just makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, I cannot stop pausing. I apologize, y'all. Let's get back to it.
So once you were engaged, but once you had the baby, you felt like you didn't want to marry the father anymore?
Yeah, I felt like it became all about, the kid and raising a kid. It took away from the relationship. That was just how I felt at the time.
Do you want to get married or you don't want to get married?
At this point in my life, I feel like I had 2 long fulfilling relationships, and if I don't get married, I'm fine with that. If I do get married, that's fine. So I'm not against it, but I'm not super pressed to get married. Just wanted to follow up and get back on here. I'm still single with 5 kids and 5 baby daddies, and
these podcasters are whack as hell. They cannot create. Let me tell you something. Wait, hold on. They cannot create their own content.
No.
This is the one thing I will give Kevin Samuels. He was able to get people to call into a show and he can have his own dialogue. Yes. He didn't have to rip off somebody else's show to get content. And what it really feels is, what I really know is these men, they are just, or women, because it's both, they just use my footage because they can't do it themselves.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like they paying their car note, they paying their light bill, and it's all about money. It's not about they have a real critique. It's not about that. It's all about money.
Now, I let it play for a little bit. I wanted to pause it so many times, but I let it play. Now, sometimes Kendra can get ahead of herself, and this is a point right here. She says that I guess basically people rip off of her thing or don't have any of their own content. Uh, Kendra's persona is off of somebody else's persona. Her content is off of someone else's content. Her singles app is a dating app. There's a million dating apps out there. So Kendra is copying off of something that's already been out there. See, when people get these platforms and have a lot of subscribers or followers, they they get like a big head about themselves as if they created it. Nothing new under the sun, which means you're not the first to do it. It may be your time in the spotlight right now, but other people are doing it too. Yeah, maybe pay cardinals if they're monetized, maybe, but pay bills. But what's wrong with that? Ain't that the purpose? It's a hustle. You should be encouraging people instead of discouraging people from doing this. I mean, we're in a clip world. Like, this just pissed me off because I used to think Kendra was humble sometimes, but sometimes she does talk like she's better than people and stuff like that. Like, her content isn't original. Like, I gotta repeat that again, and it makes me mad because she always comes at the men, or not always, but most of the time, as she said, and then she tried to clear it up by saying and women too, but it's always the men that's doing something right. But I'm not even gonna respond to that because I'm not even gonna get into that topic. But Kendra got some nerve talking about, um, I don't know. I guess people are on her back using her content and blah blah blah. Yeah, that's called a reaction video. And because of us, people go to your original video. Like when I react to her videos, I put her original link in the comment section or in the description section because hey, if you don't want to hear me talk, go to her. Or if you want to see her whole original video, go there. I'm not no hater, but don't down talk the people, the folks who bring traction to your platform, because the people who react to your channel actually build your channel. That's it, man. That shit kind of pissed me off, man. My fault. My apologies, y'all.
Right.
And they're
And you know what? Another thing, no, because I'm not even done. She mentions that people don't give their own critiques or anything like that. Kendra doesn't even give her own critiques. She sits up here and agrees with the wildest, weirdest, outlandish, far-fetched things that come out of most of her guests' mouth. She sits there and laughs and makes these facial expressions without challenging them. Like, what are you talking about? She barely remembers their name. She barely remembers what the guests are even saying. She barely pays attention to the guests. Like, if we're keeping it real here, she barely pays attention to her own guests on her show. And she got the nerve to critique or be critical of people reacting to her channel who bring her views. Like, the nerve of her. Like, I'm telling you, she really thinks she's bigger than what she is. She's cool. The Kendra G singles, the whole live thing, that's cool. That was a pandemic thing. That's cool. That blew up into something good. That's cool. Like, Kendra, be humble. Humble yourself. But just humble yourself. That's all. That's all. You started at the bottom as well. And everybody has to find their own lane. And if it's people's hustle without going out in the streets and doing something illegal, you should be backing that, not downplaying that, not be not. Anyways, I'm done for now. Let's get back to it.
weak people. They're very weak to me because I'm like, you
Definitely.
to start your own show, get your own content. I can respect that. So I apologize that the podcast.
It's okay. I know it wasn't you. I appreciate your platform. That's why I said I wanted to follow up out here because I wasn't going to give them any extra content when they wasn't original in the first place, and they took bits and pieces of my. I mean, I can't change my past. My kids don't define me, and my decisions in my past don't define me. But I'm not desperate, and I have very good criteria. I wasn't looking for nothing crazy on the income side. I'm very reasonable, so they just really try to let me have it. And half of the men I wouldn't date anyway. I don't care if I had no baby daddies. I wouldn't even date them anyway. So it was like I also
You know what? I'm cool. I ain't even gonna finish this video out though. Again, Kendra allows another delusional just sit up there and yap, talking about weak people are weak. Like that's crazy though. Like whoever she's referring to, like that's just crazy thing to say. And again, it's normally geared towards men. And here the girl at the bottom talking about we probably wouldn't date the men. Yeah, they probably wouldn't want to date you. You're 5 for 5. And I'm not trying to be mean. Like I get everybody's past doesn't make who they are now, but come on, you got 5 baby dads, 5 kids, and you think once you get pregnant, it defeats the purpose of marriage and all this other stuff. And once you're a mom, you don't get married. Like, come on, man. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. I ain't even got time for this shit. Like, this shit just fucked up my whole energy, though. But look, another one down, man. I'm back at it. I'll be back at it again. I'ma holla at y'all. You dig?